Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement. Good day, everyone. Welcome to the program, Agriculture on the Move. And yes, it's on the move. My name is Philip Sidney, your host. Happy New Year to everyone. All those who have been watching the program last year, I want to say a Happy New Year to you and continue to view the program because this year is going to be our productive year. I want to say Happy New Year to the hierarchy of the ministry, and of course you'll hear about the chief in a while. I want to say Happy New Year to him and his staff. My super PS, happy New Year to you, with all the various heads and other colleagues in the ministry. A productive 2024. My guest is, of course, I'm sure now you should know, is the Honorable Alfred Prosper, the Minister with responsibility for agriculture, fisheries, food security, and rural development. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, and I want to continue from where you left to wish all of St. Lucia a very productive 2024, especially my PS and hierarchy of the Ministry of Agriculture and staff, the entire staff, which is almost 500.
Yes.
I want to wish them well. I'm certainly sure they would say that they had a very productive 2023. And I want to go further to extend best wishes for the new year to our farmers, our fishers,
yes,
our agro-processors,
yes,
our
yes.
livestock farmers, every single St. Lucian who's making a contribution to the agricultural sector.
Yes.
I want to say a pleasant, good day to them, and I look forward to working with them in 2024.
2023, Mr. Minister. What say you in terms of achievement? Let us take it first. Let's look at the banana industry.
2023 was a good year for farmers, but the latter half of 2023 was a very challenging period for farmers. You will recall in June 2023, tropical storm Brett impacted the agricultural sector in a big way, 75% destruction in the banana and plantain subsectors. And we had a number of other areas where, infrastructure got damaged, and that created a small or short food crisis for us. I remember the days when people were saying they cannot see the bananas and the dasheen and the yams on the supermarket shelves.
Bananas became green gold,
Bananas became green gold because some farmers were not impacted as heavily as others, and we were seeing some bananas on the shelf, but it was not anywhere where normal as we are seeing now.
Correct.
And as of the middle of November to end of December, we saw the situation became normal. And now when you go to the supermarket shelves, you'll see the ripe bananas, you'll see the dasheen, you'll see the yams, you'll see the banja, and a lot of the bananas. I'm very happy for our farmers, especially our banana and plantain farmers, for the assistance that we were able to give them in terms of getting back into production.
Right.
And as of December, we met with all the exporters, and we got an indication from BMU based on an assessment made of the industry that we were somewhere 3,000 to 3,500 boxes a week. And as of this month, we are hoping to get to 9,000.
Great.
The banana industry is very important for us as a country, and I'm very happy that we are still able to benefit from the regional market. I'm hoping that with the assistance that we have been given to the farmers, we'll continue to provide the assistance to them, like the vegetable farmers, the plantain farmers, so that we can increase our production and ensure that we continue to meet the demand of the 15,000 boxes that we currently are, focusing on for this year. We were able to assist with the fertilizer, the 250-pound kg bags of fertilizer, and we have some good news for our farmers. We will be providing more assistance because under the World Bank program, we are procuring some more fertilizer. And I am certainly sure they would have recalled sometime last year, November, we did indicate that we are getting 40,000 bags of urea fertilizer from the government of Venezuela. We are hoping that before end of March, this fertilizer will be available. And so we will be able to help relieve the farmers' plight in terms of the cost of fertilizer and other inputs to help boost our food security, to ensure that we continue to feed ourselves on a sustainable basis. But at the same time, I am also very concerned that we need to reduce our food import bill.
We're still on the food security. There are so many projects that are coming on stream. Tell us about some of them, the UBEC project.
Well, the UBEC project is called the CIRC. It's really a World Bank project that is supposed to be addressing food and nutrition insecurity. Now, you know, with the situation we faced with COVID, some farmers could not have been producing. We had issues with high cost of inputs during the Ukraine-Russia war. And as a result, the World Bank made a contribution of $10 million US. That is almost $26,000 or thereabout, million, sorry, that we have looked at and figure out how we are going to use these funds to be able to help the farmers. So under the CIRC, we are going to provide fertilizer for farmers. We are going to provide the fishers with new ice machines. We are going to repair the existing ice machines in Dennery and Vieux-Fort. We are going to provide training for our fishers because we believe our fishers need to be trained in new fishing techniques, especially to be able to attract younger fishers into the sector. We are going to be providing fish cleaning tables because some of the conditions where they clean the fish is not acceptable, and we are going to
hygienic.
It's not hygienic, sorry. Thank you. And we are going to do that. So we are going to be providing them with more fads. We have been doing well in terms of assisting the fishers with fads, and under that program, we have 10 new fads that we are going to be installing. We understand the importance of the fads because the fads cause the fishers to be getting to the fads without having to, you know, buy all this gas that they have been buying.
To go too
when
far
they
out.
have to go far out.
Right.
And a lot of them are very happy that they can go out there when things are good and they can get a good catch just by going.
And they're taking photos now, you know, they're showing
taking
you
photos
big,
and they let you
yes,
know,
man.
you know, the size of the fish
happy.
that they get. So they are very good prospects for them. In terms of Lucia and Blue Ocean, we have very good news for the fishers.
Yes.
We are just finalizing the lease agreement. As you know, we removed Dennery facility and Vieux-Fort facility from the agreement, and the new lease agreement will only have the Lucia and Blue Ocean, the facility in Conway or in Sans Souci. And so we are just finalizing it so that we're hoping that this year, very shortly, we will see a reopening of this facility. We have begun the upgrading of the fisheries facility, and we are doing work currently in Dennery. We are upgrading the Daito. We are also upgrading the washroom facility in Miku. We are upgrading the jetty at Savans Bay. And we have also put in a request for more funding for us to continue work in Grosile and Soufrière and these other facilities because we understand the importance of it. In terms of more progress in the fishing subsector, the $5 million that the Japanese funded in this budget for the work that is ongoing in the Choiseul fishing port. Some progress is being made there, and the results seem to be indicating that the sand movement is drifting away from the entry of the port where it was being deposited, and we are hoping that the fishers in Choiseul will be relieved because that project is doing well. In terms of the other sector, like the crop sector.
But before we go to the crop sector, bring some good news to the fishers in Miku, the jetty.
The jetty, we are, yes, that's a very good point. We are going to commence work on the new jetty. The funds have been made available by the Prime Minister, and we are in the process of getting the contractor finalized. So we are going to see the commencement of a wooden jetty in Miku. And I'm very happy for the fishers, for the patients and so on. But we are going to see the construction of the jetty this year. So this is very good news for the fishers, and I'm very happy that we can continue to work.
But before you move into the second section of your, we have to get a break. You're watching Agriculture on the Move. Stay tuned. We will be back soon. Don't go away.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development continues placing heavy emphasis on the concept of food security. It's our prosperity, our future. The Crop Production Unit conducts surveillance and monitoring for trans-boundary pests and diseases of quarantine importance for St. Lucia. It provides technical assistance in the areas of post-harvest technology, agro-processing, and soil and plant tissue diagnosis. The unit facilitates prudent management of agrochemicals and toxic chemicals in an environmentally friendly manner for sustainable development. Soil analysis is also being carried out. Need further assistance on crop production? Contact the Senior Research Officer at 468-5601.
Welcome back to the program, Agriculture on the Move. Of course, my guest, Honorable Alfred Prosper, Minister for Agriculture. Let's move quickly because we have so much to talk about with little time. Under the SUC, there are so many areas that needs to be funded. So give us an idea of what is going on.
So in terms of drainage, we know there are a number of main drains in areas like Marquis and Roseau and Cul-de-Sac and Dennery Valley. There is an allocation there that will see the silting of those drains.
The main drains?
Yes, those main drains. We also have what we call a farm labor program.
Yes.
I recall in 2015 thereabout, the ministry had a farm labor program. Yeah. So we are going to have a farm labor program to really assist the farmers because farm labor is a serious problem. We are going to provide water tanks to farmers, and I think it's somewhere around 400 water tanks. We are going to repair all the greenhouses that we have in St. Lucia, whether it's privately owned, whether it's public owned.
Wow.
And we are going to...
Good news.
We are going... I mentioned the fertilizer.
Yes.
And one thing that we are working on is for the opening of the new Volet Agricultural Station. We are going to procure what you call new bloodlines of swine, goats, and sheep. And that process has commenced. So we are going to see some new breeds of animals, sheep, goat, swine, coming into St. Lucia in the next few months so that we can see a grand opening of the new Volet Agricultural Station.
Very good.
I am very excited. I am very happy. And there are other areas in terms of support, in terms of assisting with crop production, seeds, and assistance in terms of other mechanization, the equipment, In terms of the Bragvast project, it's a climate change project that started last year. There is about $9.6 million for the agricultural sector. We also have the cocoa project, which is aimed at revitalizing the cocoa subsector. And we are hoping that we can produce 1 million seedlings where we can encourage farmers to go back into production because the market is available. There is also what we call the mechanization project, capital project, where we have almost $500,000 to buy new equipment like tillers and tractors and what we call this truck that will move the tractors from place to place. So that
the low boy.
So our farmers can benefit. And just this morning I had a discussion with a gentleman where we are looking at bringing some new soil augers. The soil auger is basically this tool that can dig 50 holes in just a short space of time compared with doing it manually.
That's right.
We have to mechanize the sector. The Prime Minister, and I want to commend him and thank him for that, has put in a new budget line this year under the Ministry of Agriculture called Agricultural Innovation. And he has put aside $1 million in the budget that will look at areas like agroponics, aquaponics, and so on, where our young people can be more attracted to this. And in the next 2 weeks or so, I will be leading a small delegation to Guyana to see some of those new innovative agricultural projects that are going on there that we can implement in St. Lucia. So I see very, very, very good prospects for the sector. And I'm just hoping that the farmers will continue to benefit from the resources that are available in the ministry by the government of St. Lucia.
In terms of, I know the Taiwanese are involved in a lot of our projects here. You want to give an idea of their involvement?
Definitely, I cannot speak agriculture if I do not commend the government and people of Taiwan, especially our ambassador to Taiwan, Peter Chen, for the tremendous contribution that they have made in terms of the agricultural sector. The 7 Crops program is one of the major projects happening in the sector, and that is at a tune of almost 10 million EC dollars. We are hoping that this project can continue to help us reduce our food import bill, because in spite of efforts in the last 4 or 5 years, our food import bill is still extremely high. And I want to thank the government and people of Taiwan for their assistance and continued support in the sector. All the other ambassadors, like the ambassador for Mexico, the ambassador for Cuba, Brazil, and the others, we want to thank them tremendously for the continued support in the agricultural sector. This is very, very, very important for us, and I want to take the opportunity as the Minister for Agriculture and on behalf of the government of St. Lucia to thank them for their contribution.
There are other areas that are contributing meaningfully to the sector. They have moved into the mushroom sector.
The mushroom sector is very important, and you recall in Babonneau, we had an individual who was very much involved in the mushroom production, but he has closed down for financial reasons. But we got an allocation from the government where we are going to get, where we have what we call the Boys to Men. And we had a launch of this program sometime last year, and we are hoping that we can really boost this subsector, because it's very important. It is in high demand in the hotels, and we are working towards ensuring that we can, get the opportunity to continue to provide mushrooms to the visitors, especially for the
and
hotels.
Don't forget the women too.
The women as well. Yes, so that is also important. But also the CMOS subsector, a thriving subsector, very, very important for the rural areas. And we are just hoping that we can continue to maintain our standards and, to continue exporting. But at the same time, I want to see more production of, products or value added, like the rum and the other things that can be made out of it. So we have but I'm also hoping that we can get more serious with the cassava, because it's very important, as a replacement for bread and other foods that we eat on a daily basis, and significantly for the agro-processing subsector. So there are lots in place for agriculture, for our farmers, for our fishers, and I'm just hoping that they will take advantage of these opportunities and to continue to produce sufficient foods, continue to earn a valuable, a very good income to take care of the families and to ensure that St. Lucia remains food secure.
But there's an area of concern, I'm sure, that confronts us, is climate change.
Climate change, yes, and
of course the BRAC-VAS project,
and that is what the BRAC-VAS project is supposed to take care of.
Yes.
We saw sometime last year extreme heat that would have resulted in low yields. Our farmers would have suffered from in areas, especially those farmers who are on the hilltops in Choiseul and so on. So the climate change is having a serious impact on the agricultural sector, and what is important for us is to continue to build resilience in the sector and to ensure that our farmers understand the importance of adapting to the impacts of climate change by practicing new methods, new approaches, especially what we call climate smart agriculture. We have to continue to remind farmers that climate smart agriculture is the way to go, because we will continue this phenomenon will continue to impact the sector, and we must continue to educate and sensitize our farmers. We know I want to thank the ministry and the staff and the persons who coordinated the TR4 sensitization program, and a disease that can wipe off the entire banana industry. So we've done well, and I want to continue to urge our farmers to continue to focus on food production, because how it's important for us. But we understand your challenges, we understand your constraints, and the ministry will do what is necessary to to ensure that we work with you to continue to ensure that you generate a sustainable income from agriculture.
Mr. Minister, I want to thank you for being here. Of course, it was a joy having you, especially to tell the people, and I'm happy that you're the first to be on this year's program, and to tell St. Lucians exactly where we are, and I wish you success moving forward.
Thank you very much, and I want to take this time to encourage our ministry, to do the best we can to increase our implementation rate, because our implementation rate is slow, and at the end of the day, the farmers should not be suffering to the extent when I'm sure they would be happy to know that I heard the minister said this is available for us, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
So we want to make it a reality,
yes, and
to ensure that it impacts the life.
Thank you again, Mr. Minister.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
You have been watching Agriculture on the Move. Thank you for viewing the program. And remember, agriculture is our business. And of course, this year, 2024, is going to be our productive year. Thank you again. I'm Philip Sidney saying goodbye and see you again.
Agriculture on the move.
Agriculture on the move.
Agriculture on the move.
Agriculture on the move.